Hey there, folks. All right. Bismillah. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for quite some time, and I've been putting it off and letting the whispers and the doubts kind of trip me up a little bit. But I'm just going to push through and record. I did not plan this out, so I'm trying not to apologize for all the things, for literally just holding the camera on the arm of the sofa, not using a nice webcam that I have. Um, a lot of you might know me from Instagram, and some of you might know me. Some of you might be like the OG folks who know me from Facebook. I am Sarah Siddiqui. I am the face of Confessions of a Muslim Mom. I've been on social media for a really long time. And then I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus, and the world completely imploded on itself as I also went through this phase of kind of withdrawing from public life. But I've been wanting to come back, and I've been wanting to come back in a different way and show up in a different way than I showed up before. Most of you who know me from before know me as a mommy blogger. I am and I was a homeschooling slash unschooling mom of 4.5. I've also started fostering. And I have a little one who is in my home at the moment. So we have one placement. So right now we currently have 5 kiddos in the house. And all of that is still true. Although the kids are a lot older and I'm a lot older, and there have been several other things that have changed. But the world is a different place. Social media is a different place. The line between public spheres and private spheres have become increasingly blurred. And as I'm learning how to navigate this new world, and also the person that I am now, I just kind of wanted to show up in a different way and in a different light that I did before. So I thought the best fit for me going forward, at least for now, was YouTube. What I like about YouTube is that, with Instagram, and for those prehistoric dinosaurs like myself who still remember Facebook, it's a kind of media where it's like a one and done. You post, and then whatever you post is sort of forgotten and or lost. And what I like about YouTube is that it can be referenced, um, it can be organized, and you can go back to it. And I, as I'm posting what I find to be beneficial content, I want it to be in a format where people can access it again and again, and even potentially find it in the future. So that's kind of why I decided to show up on YouTube. I still, part of my MO before has always been to kind of challenge cultural norms, and to sort of pick up the values that we find in society, and kind of slow down and hold them in our hand, and really reflect on whether or not the cultural norms that we are sort of drowning in, whether those really resonate with us, whether we agree with them, whether they benefit us, and whether or not they benefit our families and our communities. So I want to continue looking at parenting and education through that lens of critical thinking, of intentionality and mindfulness. I made a list of things to make sure that I cover in this intro. I didn't really think too much about what I wanted to say in this intro. Well, I did think about what I wanted to say in this intro, but I didn't want to rehearse it too much. I have been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been wanting to start this YouTube channel for a couple of years. And I really believe strongly in that idea of objects in motion stay in motion, objects at rest stay at rest. I think slowing down in terms of my public activism really sort of gave space for some good and some bad. Good in the sense that I think every human being needs to work on what's going on within, what's going on with your internal connection with God, connection with Allah. And so in that sense, I think it was good. I think it was good to sort of turn down the volume of my public persona, so to speak. And I think also I needed to take a beat to sort of figure out how to navigate this new world. Not that I figured it all out, not that I have all the answers, but the world changed so quickly that I was not ready. I needed a minute to sort of stop and think. I was not ready to show up and really be of any benefit to anybody else because I was still sort of trying to figure out how to navigate this new world myself. But taking a pause from my public work also kind of gave space to imposter syndrome and whispers and doubts. And some of those whispers and doubts, I think, were beneficial. And then some of them were, they kind of froze me in my tracks. One being how to really maintain privacy for myself and for my family. When I first started showing up online, again, the world was really different. And it's just a lot scarier. It's a lot darker. And there are certain things that I don't feel comfortable doing now that I felt comfortable doing then, because we just hadn't seen things before. One of those being how I showed up with my children. I have spent a good amount of time trying to remove content about my kids, and going forward, that's not really something that I think I would feel comfortable doing. So navigating that issue of privacy, but really specifically related to my children, was something that it made me hesitant to come back into the public sphere. I also hesitated because as I'm sort of navigating how to move forward, I'm also raising children and trying to instill in them certain values, specifically related to ideas around privacy and private and public. And I didn't want to normalize being so public. I didn't want to normalize handling public life a certain way. I didn't want to normalize giving too much credence to public life over private life. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but these are all new things that I've been sort of kind of navigating behind the scenes as my littles got big, and as I have a new set of littles, and I kind of wonder what things I would do the same and what things I would do differently. Anyways, long story short, I want to start a YouTube channel, and I still think that there's a lot of really important conversations to be had. I would like to be a part of those conversations. I would like to engage in those conversations with you. And I would like to continue to grow and build a community here of individuals and of moms who are trying to figure all of this out just in the same way that I am. So with that, welcome. Uh, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to have you here. I'm going to set this send this video out into the world as quietly as possible, at least until I can kind of get my bearings. But I'm really looking forward to the conversations that we are going to have. I'm going to begin with posting a series of videos related to fostering. So show up for me in the comments if you have questions, if you have things that you've been wondering about. I will do my best to go through the comments and respond. And with that, I'm happy to see you here. Thanks for stopping by.